welcome. My name is Ayana Leahy, and I am so very happy that you are here with all of us. In this episode of Light Mastery Academy, we are diving into healing the wound. All of life can become wounded. It can shrink, it can contract, it can pull away, it can shut down. We have a natural flow in our energy body. Our energy body is the force field that holds our mind and our emotions. Your energetic self is highly affected by the fragmentation, splits, rips, tears that happen inside of your energy being. How does the light work with the wound? Through our consciousness, when we are free, and through the holding down, the pulling that happens inside of ourself by an unhealed wound, those feelings of desperation or fear, despair, sorrows, fear, a lot of fear, because our natural state in our human self is to be open and flowing, connected. And how do we stay connected to that state of union with the source within ourselves so that we can feel really stabilized? We all are wounded. We come in with wounds. We energetically, through our energy system, our energy body, we take on the wounds in our parents' psyche, the unmet emotions in themselves. We meet as infants and little children. We meet them. And if our parents do not take responsibility because they may not know how, or they just don't want to, for their own emotions, what happens is that we take on the responsibility of making their wounds feel better. The greater vibration of light that you are, the more empathic you are. It's just one of the gifts that happens through going through lifetimes of evolving back into the source within yourself. Or perhaps you came into this lifetime already connected to that high frequency of light, and it's wounding just being in this world because of the contrasts of the misuse of power, the misuse of love. And it feels wounding, meaning you feel separate, you feel shut down, you feel like you're different. And how do you move through feeling different, feeling separate? Feeling as though you might explode inside because it hurts so friggin' bad in order just to show up in your life. What do you do? Where do you go? Where do you begin? You can't just talk about it, but that really helps a lot. But to go inside, into where the wound was first created, and immediately with the intention of mending that wound. What that requires is receiving what happened when you were wounded, where you abandoned, betrayed, rejected, ABR'd in some way by a relative, a family member, your parents, a teacher, your siblings, a neighbor. How was your energy field, the precious consciousness of your mind and body and soul, stabbed, hurt, ripped, torn, judged, criticized, humiliated, What was passed on to you, and what did you take responsibility for? What did you think was yours but wasn't? And how were you directly violated, not seen for who you are, not heard for truly what you were needing? Did your needs even matter? Did you have to endure a parent's anger? Were you the scapegoat for a bad marriage? Did you have to endure parents who couldn't figure out how to make the money that was needed to support a family? What have you decided to become? What kind of person are you choosing to be? Are you choosing to become an image that you're creating in yourself to compensate for not being connected to yourself? Or are you choosing to go through the wound, that series of experiences, those moments where who you are was not seen, heard, or received? And when we do not work with our wound, meaning we're not engaged, we're not interacting with that vulnerable essence of who we are, we grow into anger, we grow into solidifying that life force energy that is within inside of ourselves, and we have a difficult time communicating really from our source being. We have a difficult time really manifesting in alignment, in connection with the source within us. It's pretty easy to just rely upon anger. It's actually really a bypass, and it can be a cop-out from really facing one's own self and what being human really means. Because the anger system of creating hardship and pain and being intolerant to the human experience coming from a place of anger is a bypass to the true path of living in alignment with the way the source is moving you inside of yourself. So beyond any philosophical thought, beyond any religious thought, and embracing them all, for you to know that the essence here is that you have the ability, the power within you, it's a shift to move towards finding your inner source, your holy grail. Everyone has the ability, and yes, it's the hero's journey. You move through and into that wound. You embrace what's inside the wound. You accept, oh wow, I lost my mother when I was 3, and I had to compensate, and I never knew how to express and honor and witness my own feelings. I was never given the opportunity to say what I really feel and what I felt. How can you now begin to honor your feeling so that you're not splitting off into behaviors that are counterproductive to your human evolution of coming back into the source within you? And that source within you has so much to teach, so much to give you. This source is the place where everything's created from. And what happens is that we identify in ourself our lower nature. We identify with the anxiety, the resentment, mostly with fear. And through not breaking through the core fear inside of ourself that's natural, we're human. Fear is the experience of splitting off in terror, in rage, in shutdown. And it's moving with it, moving through it. Your breath moves you through it, but the energy moves you way faster. Connecting into the light within inside of you is the direct route, because it is the energy breakthrough that you have the ability to mend your wound through connecting into your higher frequency energies of love and coming into, for instance, we've talked often in the other classes here in the Light Mastery Academy about the power points, those points of power that are inside of your body. They are points of connection into your whole brain. Your whole 360 intelligence happens through all of these points being connected together. And they look like a beautiful design. You have a gorgeous interior, energetic configuration. You are a masterful work of art. And what happens through living in high anxiety, high despair, is that we are grokking into a system of thinking that separates us from the light system that is already inside of you. And your light system is found in the spirit gateways, evolutionary empowerment, global village work that some of it is given free, some of it are paid courses and programs. You find out about what's given by just becoming a free member into the global village. And a big part of this work of Spirit Gateways Institute is providing you the tools and the practices, the inside information that is normally experienced through decades of intensive meditation and intensive inner work. And yes, that is the path that I have traveled. And it's been this way since I was 14, which was a pretty long time ago, but also feels like yesterday. I'm imparting this wisdom to you because I had to awaken to my wounds. And no matter how much meditation I was doing, yes, it was opening centers, third eye, crown, receiving higher information. But that is just one piece of it, embodying inside of your human self, being able to know who you are and access the truth of who you are and integrate it in the light of who you are is a more positive beginning than trying to find who you are in a way that just separates you further. There are many techniques and approaches and ways that will take you into a separate zone in yourself, but not teach you how to move all the way, living in the whole full source in yourself. Your wounds are healable, and it never ceases to amaze me what's really possible in the experience of opening into the light that you are, the frequency, the consciousness of the divine intelligence that lives inside of you. So let's say your wound is a wound of being left alone, to feel so abandoned as a child or as an infant that inside you just want to die. You don't know that you have any real reason to live. And you can't imagine how many of us have felt the feeling of, I don't deserve to be here, I'm not worthy enough of love, who I am doesn't really matter, because as a biological human being, you at some point, as a very small child, or as you were getting older, made the decision that really who you are can't exist, should not exist, and you don't exist. And there's nothing that is helping you to feel like you exist. So you create a separate self personality in order to rise above the wounds. So what you can do is to bring in your light. And for those of you who really want to dive into this, you'll learn how to do this in the Be Light meditation, the meditation experience in the Spirit Gateways Institute, in the 21st Century Liberation Roadmap, You are given all of the inside information of being able to access beyond your mind, your intellect, and into that source within you that is beyond the separation inside of you. The push-pull, the arguing with yourself, the commandingness of your false self who does what it has to do to get by. I'd like to invite you to receive that pain, and through the pain, in a place inside of yourself where you feel as though who you are should not, could not have existed, to look for the spark of light within you. To close your eyes, look for that spark of who you are. It could be very, very faint and very dim inside of you. And I'd like to invite you to bring in more light. It's just a decision. There isn't a right way to do it. What you are doing is allowing the light to move in you. It's an opening in your heart. It's a decision. It's a willingness to allow the source of light to move into you. And it just requires desire. You're putting your desire into a place that will be a win for you, because the source of light has the power, the ability to transform and to mend and to heal, to uplift, to help you enter into a new zone of being where you are no longer controlled and where you are no longer giving away your own life energy, your own source love to belief systems and ways of thinking that are not giving you access and oneness with the life force, with the light force that is here inside of you. The wound can get hidden in the darkness, in the base of our body. And here in the base of our body is where we need the light the most. So I'm going to invite you to just practice bringing the light in so that you can truly just begin to open up the channels and be able to feel and receive that wounded part of yourself, which often looks like a young child, but it could be at any age in which you had to separate from yourself, and you separated from the core of you into a separate self, knowing that that other part of you is there, but not knowing what to do and how to resource the light that is here inside of you, that is waiting for you to rescue it. If you rescue the light part of you that was wounded, oftentimes the part of you that is of the most light is the part that is the most wounded, because other people cannot handle a shining light in someone else unless they have found that light in themselves. So, my friends, be courageous. Know that no matter how badly you were wounded, emotionally, psychologically, physically, to stay connected into the light, trusting the way the light will move you in how you are relating to yourself. When we're healing the wound, we must come back to ourself. Know that pain happens to being separate from the love. And it hurts so much when someone else imprints our precious, sacred, strong soul self and pushes up against us its projections onto us. By focusing yourself in the light within you, you're able to embrace what was put down, shoved down, judged, hurt, and criticized in that moment of awakening into the wound, and to nurture from your sacred love, from the love in your heart, what has hurt, so that you can mend and love what was left behind, what was denied, what was abandoned by you, possibly betrayed by you, and possibly rejected by you, because maybe the way that you have felt in your wound just doesn't quite fit the way that your mind is saying you need to be. So I invite you to open to the possibility and to grow your own roots into the light within inside of you. And I'd love to welcome you into Tribe Transformation. It's the group mentoring that is in the Spirit Gateway's Evolutionary Empowerment Global Village. And yes, there's one-on-one mentoring also as an option in the group mentoring. It's a really powerful place to be in a global group of individuals who are all returning consciously, willing, and open to coming back into the source of the light within themselves, so that your mind, your emotions, your soul power, and your energetic field of enlightening light, you're enlightening the light that is here. You are receiving the brilliance of your own divine intelligence that is found through the reunion with you. Thank you so much for being here. I hold these moments precious, and I open up the gateway for all of you to come through, home into you, and I welcome you. Thanks so very much for being here with all of us. Until next time, this is Ayana Lihi.